All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Me here talking about real music in real time for, I don't know, like two or three real people out there just like you and just like me. Folks, please subscribe to the channel and please watch the videos. We are, again, in the revenue and viewership apocalypse. I wish I could interview Eric Clapton every month because then maybe I could avoid this. If you're somebody who wants to come on the show, by the way, and you're kind of high profile, you like what I do, there are ways to reach out to me, okay? First of all, Patreon, best way to do it. It's $1 a month, $2 a month. If you're famous, I'm thinking you can afford to do that. So that's one way to reach out to me. There are a couple of other ways. It's not really that hard. Anyway, folks, my plea for celebrities to come on the show, because apparently that's the only way people are going to watch me, because it's not about me, it's about them, which is cool. I mean, I'd prefer just to sit back and let, like if Sammy Hagar wanted to come on the show, because I'm going to be talking about Van Halen here. Sammy Hagar, Michael Anthony. I stepped on Michael Anthony's leg at a chicken foot show when we were doing photos. We were all like seated, which was weird, and it's hard to explain, but I stepped on his leg, so maybe that's why he doesn't like me. I'm sure he doesn't remember that, but anyway, this is Grand Design. I wanted to give these guys a shout out. They were nice enough to send this to me. This is their second full-length album. It's called Rock, R-A-W-K, another band from Sweden. If you like the music of TNT and Def Leppard put together, Grand Design, very nice looking album from the outside and very interesting sounding on the inside. Now, Van Halen has pretty much been reduced to cheerleading by Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony. David Lee Roth, yeah, he's just doing his thing. I know he's posting dance videos, and he redid the Van Halen catalog a couple of years ago, or some popular songs by Van Halen, and he's been releasing them. And I think there's a financial motivation to do that because they sit on Spotify or whatever streaming platform side by side, and you might get the two songs mixed up because they have the same title, whereas one is the original and one is the new Dave version. Why you'd want to listen to the new Dave version over the old classic, amazing sounding version with Eddie Van Halen playing on it is anyone's guess why you'd want to do that. But some people probably do it by mistake. Now, Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony are unboxing Van Halen's The Collection 2. You can watch the video right here on YouTube. This is pretty cool. I always like watching people kind of break open whatever's inside the box, and they're taking out these vintage albums that are all now pristine and redone. This whole collection has been remastered as well. Here's the scoop so I don't mess it up. So last week, Van Halen released a new box set, and it's basically called, Van Halen 2, Mach 2 Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, Eddie Van Halen, Alex Van Halen, and Michael Anthony. The set includes newly remastered versions of 4 multi-platinum studio albums, along with a selection of rarities recorded between 1989 and 2004. So you're getting quite a few rarities there. The Collection 2 is now available on 5 LPs for the mere price of $124.98. Holy crap, Batman. It includes 5 CDs for $49.98. So you can get the CDs for about $50, or you can pay for vinyl, and it'll cost you $125. Wow. All the music in the set was mastered directly from the original master tapes, a process overseen by the band's longtime engineer, Don Landee, the great Don Landee, who I believe is still with us, right? He must be, because, yeah, he remastered those tapes. That's funny. People are reading, what's a tape? Yeah, they were recorded on tape, analog tape. An unboxing video for Collection 2 featuring Hagar and Anthony can be seen on YouTube. And this collection includes 5150, OU812 for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, and the Balance album. So the stuff recorded after that, which made it the Ill-Fated Reunion in 2004, yeah, it includes songs from that era. So that's kind of interesting. But what's a little disheartening is the fact that the boys, when they did the unboxing, I wish at some point, because we're right around the 3rd anniversary of Eddie's passing, mention this, talk about it just a little bit, like this wouldn't be possible without Eddie Van Halen. It's almost like a cover-up conspiracy thing. I know people love it when I start talking about conspiracy theories, right? And then there are statistics to back it up. But doesn't it seem like since Eddie passed, there's been this almost concerted effort on the part of not the media necessarily, but maybe the media too, but it just seems as though nobody wants to pay tribute to this guitarist. Nobody. I mean, again, I've had people on Patreon send me messages like, even if you didn't like him, even if he wasn't well liked within the rock community, you still need to say something. You still need to do something. And most people just want a tribute, a little bit of closure here, unboxing this great music and talking about how awesome the albums look and how, you can see the lyrics. And this is just an old school pastime. If you collect vinyl, I have some vinyl that I get at thrift stores, and it's just fun to get these old records and just to look at them and to look at the lyrics and the back cover, and some of them open up. In fact, Sammy Hagar was talking about how, the bifold was good for a certain type of thing that certain people did in those days. And you'll have to watch the video to understand that. I didn't do any of that stuff. I wasn't involved with that. But I know some people who certainly did that, and I may have been present when they were doing it. So in any event, folks, the unboxing, very impressive. The marketing of Van Halen at this point seems to be in the hands of Michael Anthony and Sammy Hagar. No sign of Alex Van Halen celebrating this. Apparently, he and Sammy don't talk to one another, and we know certainly that I think there's something still going on between Alex and Michael Anthony, which is bizarre at this stage. Van Halen, again, has always been this off and on. We play everything close to the vest. We don't talk about anything. And then all of a sudden, we just throw something at you out of nowhere. Even the way Eddie passed away was just out of nowhere. And you may say, well, it's about privacy or just, making the heart grow fonder. You know what they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. It makes you more interested in this band. It's kind of what Steve Perry does. He lays low for a long period of time, and then he pokes his head out of the door, and everybody's like, oh, it's Steve Perry, In the case of Van Halen over the years, they had that kind of relationship with their fans where they were busy for a while, and then they would go away. And then people would wonder, where are they? What are they doing? And in this case, it's cool that they're putting this out because they're saying, look, the Dave era, I'm just going to be honest, the Dave era for most people is, the definitive Van Halen era. It just is. Sammy's a better singer, but the material, I would say, in the Dave era is going to just hold up better over a long period of time. Some people would disagree with me. I'm just judging this based on record sales, which David Lee Roth will always throw at you. And also the fact that I honestly think that the music that Dave made was just an instant party. And Sammy made a lot of music that was kind of serious. Songs like Right Now. I think of how serious and how thoughtful he was, but that was like, the party is over. I mean, not to say that Sammy can't have fun. His whole life has been about that, but his music has been far more serious. And, I think the whole Van Halen image persona really wrapped itself around Diamond Dave and his whole way out there uh, activities. So Sammy brought a lot of respect and the best voice ever. Even Eddie Van Halen said, I couldn't make the kind of music that I'm making if Dave were still here, but I can make it because Sammy is here, because I know Sammy can sing it. So again, I like both eras. I'm not going to pretend I don't like both eras, but I'm also going to tell folks the truth about this. I think people would be interested in some Dave outtakes too, and maybe there will be some forthcoming. Nothing recent. I'm talking about old school, back in the day, Ted Templeman productions, those sorts of things. I'd be very interested in hearing that material if there's anything out there. We do know, according to Wolfgang Van Halen, that Eddie has a whole vault of things that he was doing, and it may just be little snippets and brain farts or whatever, but I'm thinking there might be a market to hear some of that stuff. They put out alternate versions of all the Beatles songs and all the different things, and here's a different vocal take, and it gets a little tedious after a while, to be honest, because you're like, okay, can we just get back to the original? Because I want to hear the original now that I've heard all these weird versions. And you say to yourself, now I know why this version didn't make the cut. That's typically what I say when I hear an alternate take. But if there's music that hasn't been released, I think Eddie fans and Dave fans would be pretty happy about that. And I would urge you to check out this collection if you don't have any of the Van Halen material from the Sammy era. This is a good time. Makes a great Christmas gift, right? So anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Before I go, again, please subscribe to the channel and please watch the videos. That's it. If you want to give over on Patreon, that's entirely up to you. Here's Grand Design. Their album is called Rock. Please check it out. It's very good. It's glam rock, and it combines Def Leppard and the band TNT and rolls it into one great, interesting Swedish music smorgasbord. All right? All right. With that, I am done. God bless. See you soon.